Okay guys, it's your girl Sweetcheesepizza coming on here with the last video I think of the day. This will be the last time you see me in this particular outfit and makeup look, hopefully. Today I'm going to just talk about the Nars Danmari palette, the All About Cheeks palette. I picked this up from Sephora when they had their Friends and Family sale back in November, end of October, early November. And it was $62 with the special that they had going on at the time. Now, that is, of course, a steep price, but when you consider that most of the Nars blushes are $27 a piece, you get 6 in here. So it's a pretty good deal. Now, they're not full size, so I'll give you an example. This is my full size Nars Orgasm blush, which you can see has been almost used to death. And then we'll compare it with the, let's try not to blind you here. We'll compare it with the Danmari blushes so you can see side by side the size difference. So, you know, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I don't think they list, so the full size blush is 0.16 ounces or 4.8 grams for this. Let me see if they list these individually. These are 0.112 ounces or 3.5 grams. So slightly smaller for these versus this, but you get 6 for $62, and these were each, well, we know what they are. So the colors that this palette has, and of course it has a really nice packaging like all of their blushes do. It has that smooth sort of rubber feel, and the clasp, the opening mechanism is actually really similar, almost the same as their normal size individual blushes. So the colors in here are, it was upside down, Hungry Heart, which is a duochrome, and that is the highlight. Okay, let me see if I can do this in an organized way. Okay, so we have Hungry Heart, which is a nice highlight, and then Casino, which is a nice bronzer, or, I'm sorry if I'm blinding you with the light, contour shade. And then in the middle we have Orgasm and Super Orgasm, which, you know, Orgasm is their #1 selling blush, and then Super Orgasm below it. And then we have Sin and Desire. And Sin is a really nice rosy pink color, which looks really good. And you've actually seen me use this palette in a couple of my most recent looks, and I have it on today. It's a really pretty pink, especially for women of color. Shows up really nice. Now, when I talked about Orgasm before, the blush Orgasm before, I mentioned that for my complexion particularly, it doesn't, it takes some work to get it to show up. You know, it's not just a one sort of swipe and then it's really vibrant. You kind of have to build with the application. So now in Studio Fix MAC foundation, I'm an NC50, so that just gives you an idea of where my complexion is. So this, I would say the same for all of these blushes, except for that Sin, which is this pretty pink one here. That one shows up pretty easily with just one swipe. The rest of them you really have to work on. Now the highlight, I don't know. I mean, you guys have seen me use this, and I'm kind of up in the air about this because I thought this would show up really nicely on brown skin or even deeper, but it has a sparkle to it, so it gives a nice little glimmer, but for some reason, I don't know, when I'm putting it on my cheek highlight for a highlight, I just don't know that I'm seeing it that much, you know? What do you think? Let me do this side. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's showing up better on camera, and maybe it's just washed out a little bit here because of my lights. The colors together, I really love to do that. This is a really nice palette for that. The Orgasm and the Super Orgasm are a little bit too similar for my taste. So these two in the middle, I wish they would have put something else in there. Like, that would have been amazing if they had put Taj Mahal in there or something else. That's a little bit more, it give you a little bit more variety from the Orgasm. But overall, for people of my skin complexion, it's a nice palette. Like, I use it now all the time. Just be prepared that you have to blend it a little bit more. You have to build it a little bit more, I should say. But if you're any darker than me, I don't know that I would really recommend that you get this, because I don't know how much it's going to show up on you, except for the one Sin color, this pink one, this pretty pink one. That's a beautiful color on brown skin. So maybe just get that one individually to add to your collection. But if you're any darker than me, I mean, I wouldn't recommend you get it. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Of course, you're welcome to get it and try it and prove me wrong, whatever you feel. But if you have it, or if you've purchased it and you've used it and found different ways to use it, or can give me some pointers on how to make them show up a little bit better, I would greatly appreciate your input. You can just comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching.